Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing an album reaction. Yeah, I know my last video was also a reaction video, but I promise I'm not turning into a reaction channel. It's just a coincidence. I have other short films and stuff on the way, but they're still in the editing process. Anyway, the album I'm going to be listening to is called Fight or Flight, and it's by this band called Brave Rival. They're kind of like this indie rock band that I discovered earlier this year, and I really liked their first album, so I've been kind of eagerly awaiting this one to come out. Obviously, I won't be playing the entire album in its entirety in this video, that would be stupid, but I'm going to link the album in the description anyway, so you'll be able to listen to it for yourselves. Since they're quite a small band, I don't really know who's going to watch this video, but hopefully some of you will listen to the snippets of the songs that I play in this video and will decide to listen to the full album yourselves, and hopefully I'm introducing some of you to some new good music, you know. And if any members of the band are watching this video, then, you know, hi. Stick around. I'm gonna also give my opinions on the songs and some feedback and stuff if I can. Anyway, they have released a few of these songs already. I believe they were Bad Choices, Stand Up, Fairy Tale, Heavy, and 5 Years On, I think. Yeah, so they have released a few of the songs already, but I'll be honest, I don't remember what they sound like. So I say that's a good thing, because it's kind of like I'm listening to it for the first time for all of them, which I basically am, to be fair. I haven't listened to any of the previously released songs more than once. Anyway, I've done enough talking. I think I should just get straight into the reaction. Anyway, yeah, as I said, I have heard a few of these tracks already, but, you know, they've only released 5 out of these 12 tracks. Anyway, yeah, hopefully I enjoy the album. This is a little bit weird for me, because normally if I'm listening to an album, I'm also like playing in a game or something, so it is a bit odd for me to be listening to an album and doing absolutely nothing else, but no, whatever, let's get into this. Track number 1, Bad Choices. This is the one that came out earlier today, so I have heard this one.
We all make bad choices. We don't know the point is bad choices.
I'm listening to the lyrics a lot more now than I did earlier today. Like, because I'm not doing anything in the background, I'm able to analyse the song a bit more. Alright, yeah, well that was track number 1, Bad Choices, and yeah, you know, I quite enjoyed that. I did hear it earlier today when they premiered it on their YouTube channel, but you know, I wasn't wearing headphones then, so it did sound a bit different. But yeah, I quite liked that track. I'm realising also that since I'm not doing anything, as I said, I'd normally be doing something else in the background while listening to an album for the first time, I'm actually able to concentrate a lot more on what they're saying and everything, where usually it would take 2 or 3 listens for me to get that. And I quite liked the lyricism in that song, and yeah, I mean, I can't say much about the song. It was a relatively average sort of rock song. I quite like that song, yeah, not really much else to say. Also, another thing to add is that I kind of feel like I'm being watched now, because I can see my camera thing on, like, because I know I'm filming myself. It feels a bit awkward, so clearly reaction content is not for me, but obviously I'm going to get through this video, and you know, maybe if any member of the band or someone associated with the band themselves are watching this, maybe they'll find this amusing to them, I don't know. But yeah, yeah, that was a decent album opener. I think a lot of people forget how important album order is, but album order is just as important as the songs on the album. It's another element that makes an album good. An album can be like, you know, 10 tracks of amazing songs, but because of poor ordering, it can be an awful album. But I don't know, their last album didn't have that problem, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up. But anyway, yeah, track number 2, 17. I wonder what this is going to be about. I'm going to guess, it's about someone remembering when they were 17 years old. I don't know, let's probably not, but let's go find out what it is about. Oh yeah, I do really like the drum roll, I'll give them that. I have no idea what they're singing about, to be honest. I have no idea what the song's actually about. Maybe it'll be more obvious later. Oh, okay. I like this section. Okay, I think I know what the song's about. Kinda. I like it when songs do this. Go on, good like a drum fill or something. Oh. Just as good.
Cause nothing matters when you're 17.
Cool.
This season,
Okay.
stream
So,
Sky
and I'm gonna
Sports
mute the ad.
and now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song. I think I figured out what it's about. It's kind of saying, back when you're 17, I guess nothing really matters, I guess. I'd have to listen to it again properly, I think, to fully understand it. But that was a pretty good track, I think. I do like their voices for the singers. I think that was something that really stood out to me in the first album, was their singing voices and stuff. And it was still pretty good here as well. I know, I don't think there's much I can really say about these first two tracks. They're just pretty average kind of rock tracks. I don't think there's much I can say. I quite liked it. I know something felt a little off about that song. Maybe it just wasn't in the right sort of mood. Maybe, but I don't know. I think it's still a decent start to the album. These last two songs. Anyway, next song is called Stand Up. I believe that's one they released as a single already. Oh yeah. Yep, okay. I quite like this one already.
If you feel me, stand up. Stand up.
Yeah, I'm liking this one so far. I think this is the best track so far, easily.
Better sharpen your blade, you're a warrior. Now your war can be won.
Are they two separate singers, or is that double tracking the same singer? I can't tell.
Start that fire. Quench your soul. Scream a little bit louder. And let everybody know. Everybody know. If you feel me, stand up. We make our own. So come on, feel the rush.
Okay, yeah, that was track number 3, Stand Up, and you know what? I think that was easily the best song out of the first 3 songs on this album. It was just like so bluesy, but also kind of rocky, and there was also elements of like pop and stuff in there. But no, I really did like that track. I liked when they had the second singer coming in as well. I don't know if they were double tracking the same singer or if they were using a different singer. I know they have 2 main singers, I think, from a video I watched. It looked like they had 2 main singers, and I don't know the names of the band members or anything. I don't know that much about them, really. But no, that was easily my favourite out of the 3, and I hope they keep that quality for the rest of the album. One thing I will say that has applied to the last 2 tracks, I think when they get into the very last one, the little last chorus, they don't seem to build it up very much. I noticed for the last 2 tracks, they kind of stopped, like kind of slowed down, kind of stripped it all back, and built it back in again. But I think when you build it back in again, you need to build it to much bigger to what it was before. I don't know if that's a problem with the band or the producers, or just maybe it's not a problem at all, maybe I'm just overanalyzing. But I feel like on the last chorus, if you're going to do that whole stripping back and coming back thing, or right after an instrumental going into like a double chorus ending, with the ending basically, you need to make the ending like the big finale. You need to make it louder, kind of maybe layer it more. Maybe you could have done that by adding extra vocal harmonies, extra little guitar licks, a more complicated bass or drum pan, I don't know, something like that. I feel like the last 2, especially the track 17, didn't seem to really do that much. It sounded a little, I guess, flat, but I don't know, it was still, the first 2 tracks are still good, and I did really like that last track. And we're on to track number 4 now, called Insane. It's 5 minutes long. Hopefully the song's not too insane, or if it is, I welcome it. I love insane music. Oh yeah, okay, I like the reverb on that. I noticed they're playing with offbeats a lot. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, okay. I love that backing vocal. I really like this, honestly. I love what the bass just did. They're gonna do it again. Go on, build up to something. There we are. I love this guitar solo. I don't think I've complimented the guitarist enough, because they're doing a great job. Is it going to strip back again and end like that? If it does, I predicted it. No, it hasn't. It's doing the opposite. This song is insane, but I love it so much. Yeah, no, that is my favourite track on the album so far now. I absolutely loved, like, every moment of that. It was a little long, it was 5 minutes, but do you know what? I think it worked as being 5 minutes. At the start, it had, like, such a good kind of, like, psychedelic vibe, and obviously I imagine a lot of you don't know, but I love psychedelic music. I love that sort of experimental stuff, and they nailed that in the beginning with the kind of reverb and kind of mystical, out of this world sort of sound. I'm gonna have to listen to that one again. And then they had those little very quiet backing vocal, like doubling what the main vocalist was doing. And yeah, I know I've said this already, but the vocalists on this band are great vocalists. But I think also the guitarist as well did a great job. The bassist, I haven't mentioned the bassist enough, but the bassist is doing a good job. The guitarist, did a fabulous job with that solo. And I know I've mentioned the drummer already, but again, the drummer is just an amazing drummer. I don't know about the production as a whole. It feels like a lot of their songs so far have lacked a bit of, like, they need a bit more of a treble spike and a bit less of bass muffling. That might be my headphones though, so I'm not going to stick to what I'm saying now, because that might just be purely my headphones, because these are slightly bass boosted and these don't have a great treble range on these headphones. But I don't know, maybe it's just my headphones. But no, I absolutely love that song. I love the way it built, and they even had, it sounded like there was orchestration in it as well, which I didn't hear in any of their other tracks. I think their last album had a couple with it, I can't quite remember, but no, I really, really like that song. That was insanely good, no pun intended. I'm definitely going to be listening to that one again after this. Anyway, the next two tracks I believe are ones they've already released as singles, Fairy Tale and Heavy. I don't remember how these sounded. I do remember quite enjoying most of the singles they released. But yeah, on to track number 5, Fairy Tale. Sorry for talking so much in that last one. She just like breathes into the microphone. I love what the percussion's doing. Still a minute left, what's it going to be doing? Huh. Okay, I'm going to try and mute the ad this time. Has it muted? Okay, good. Yeah, it's apparently muted. I'm not making that mistake again. Can you hear my brother playing guitar in the background? I don't know if you can. Hopefully it's not interrupting the song. If he is, if you can hear it even. Anyway, that was song number, was that track number 5? Was that? Go away, adverts. Yeah, track number 5, Fairy Tale. And yeah, I enjoyed that track as well. I think officially, I need to apologise to the bassist of this group. I was not giving them enough attention. I thought the bass in that song was really good. I just think it was kind of hard to hear in some of the songs. Maybe it is my headphones, because they, as I said, they have a bit of a bass spike which can make some songs sound a little muffled. But I think maybe it is the band, maybe it's the production on these songs. Maybe there is a bit too much muffling in the bass. and I think that's unfortunately a bad thing, because if you have, as a music producer, if you produce a song with too much bass frequency, you're not going to give the bass guitar or actual bass instruments enough room to breathe as their own, which is why on guitar tracks, for example, and singing tracks, I often take away a bit of bass, apart from obviously the essentials so it doesn't sound tinny or fake. I try and reduce the bass a little bit so I can give the bass guitar itself a bit more room to breathe. That's how I would personally mix it now. I haven't released any music that I've mixed recently anyway, but I'm remastering a lot of me and my brother's old tracks, and I'm working on my own album, so I have learned a bit about music production. I think quite a few of these songs are missing a bit of mid-range and treble range. Again, it might just be my headphones, but I don't know. I felt like the last album didn't really have that problem. Do they have a different producer now? I don't know. But no, anyway, enough rambling about the production, which is completely subjective anyway. Now on to, again, another subjective opinion about the song. As I said, the bass I thought was really good. The guitar was good. Drummer's good as always. Singer's good as always. In general, a good song. I was going to say a few songs ago that I felt like their structure was a bit predictable, a bit too predictable, but the last two tracks have kind of slapped me in the face for thinking that. Anyway, on to track number 6, Heavy. Actually, I'm going to tell my brother to turn the guitar down a little bit. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back, and he should be turning it down now. Also, Gizmo's here. He's here for the reaction as well. Oh yeah, you can't hear the music, can you? Oh. Brave Rather, if you're watching this, can you write a song about Gizmo? This is Gizmo Stanley Stevenson Whale. He is 7 years old, turning 8 soon. His birthday is August 20th, 2016. And he's part Chihuahua, Pug and Griffin. Yep. And he's adorable. He likes to beg for food though. You just like being on camera, don't you, Gizmo? He does. He poses whenever I get a camera out to him. He does look at me a certain way. Sometimes he looks away, but sometimes he poses. Anyway, yeah, on to the next track. Another one I believe they've already released to some extent, called Heavy. Let's give this one a listen. Okay, yeah, hold on, sorry, I usually never pause music. I'm quite against pausing music most of the time. But no, this one, I was mentioning a problem with being a bit too much bass end and not enough mid and treble. That's not an issue for this song, so I think it was a mixing issue on the other songs. What I say issue, but that's obviously, it's down to what the band were intending. I just realised my voice is clipping a bit, so I'm actually going to turn this down just a little bit because I feel like my voice is clipping too much. I love left to right panning. I'm liking this so far. This is a really good song. I do actually remember hearing this one, it sounds familiar. Sounds like the kind of song you put at the end credits of a film or show or something. That's a good thing, by the way. Oh. Ooh, yeah, okay. I'm liking the little orchestration bits as well. If it ended here, it'd be cool, but they're gonna put it up, aren't they? Yeah. Jesus. What is going on? This is insane. The whole everything. Can't play with one more note. No? Really long fade out? Okay, really long fade out it is then. Okay, so that was track number 6, Heavy, and yeah, so about halfway through the album now. I want to say that's my favourite one so far. It was a little lengthy. It was 5:44, which it's a bit lengthy. I feel like it could have been cut down to maybe 4.5 minutes. But I don't know. I really liked the song. I'd say it was probably my favourite so far. I'm not good at picking favourites, and I don't feel I have any need to pick favourites. I did mention a few songs ago that sometimes their endings don't build enough. This one certainly built enough. I'd say this one, the ending really did build. It had the whole punchiness of the the kick drum, the little orchestration. It was a really great ending and stuff. And one thing I forgot to mention on the last song actually, which I think kind of applied to this one as well, is that the song sounds like really positive and uplifting, but it has quite deep emotional lyrics. I will be listening to it again to try and listen to the lyrics at some point. But yeah, I'm interested to know what they're singing about, because I kind of I lost it at one point because I was just listening to the music. I like to analyse music and lyrics separately, so a lot of that I was just listening to the musical element. But yeah, as I said, that one, a lot of the issues I had with the other songs, this one didn't have. It didn't have too much bass muffle, and it didn't lack a good build at the end. I think the only problem I'm finding with this album is consistency. I think it's very clear that the ones that they released as singles are the better ones. Like Stand Up, was a good one. Insane was my favourite one, but I don't think they ever released that as a single. Fairy Tale was a pretty good one, maybe not as good as Insane. Then Heavy was a great one, and 3 out of those 4 were released as singles, and I feel like there's a slight lack of consistency. I'm not saying the other songs are bad songs, it's just they're not as special as the others, and I get it, every album's gonna have weaker songs, it's inevitable, especially if you have 10 to 12 tracks, you're gonna have some weaker songs on there. But I really enjoyed that one. Not much else I can really say about it. Of course, as I said, I'm not trashing it, I'm just listening to it and giving my opinion. I'll give more feedback at the end. Anyway, track number 7, All I Can Think About. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be some sort of love song. Oh, acoustic, okay. I really like the acoustic ones on the last album. I like it when rock bands do acoustic songs.
You can hold me when I cry, but I don't want to talk about it. Sometimes I feel like I could die, but I've just gotta see it through.
Yeah, I feel it all the time. That's relatable.
And I know it'll get, but right now I'm down.
Those harmonies.
I can think about is you.
Knew it. And that's piano. I love when guitars blend with pianos like that. It's so good. I imagine it's gonna build at some point. That sounds beautiful, the harmonies. Oh? What's gonna happen? Oh? Yes. I love this. I'm gonna guess after this is gonna go into a guitar solo, then do another chorus, then go slow again at the end, isn't it? Well, let's tell you, I can predict their structure. I'm loving this song.
It'll get better, but right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to analyse what I'm hearing. Oh? That was brilliant. That was actually freaking brilliant. That song, right, I know I've said this already about some other songs, but that is easily my favourite out of all of them, and I'm not just saying that. I have a soft spot for acoustic songs, especially when bands that are known for doing rock do softer songs. I know Green Day did it for quite a few songs. Loads of other bands do it, and I love it when they do that, and I love this song. The lyrics as well were just so relatable to me, and just I'm gonna listen to that one so many more times. I need to, because that was amazing. And then they had the little harmony vocals as well. The harmonies were beautiful though, honestly. I couldn't tell if they were all female voices doing the harmonies at the end, because there were clearly 3 at least. I know there's, I think, 3 females, 2 males in the group. Doesn't really matter, but I think that's what there is anyway. So I don't know if one of the men also sung, or if they just had all three of the females speak, or if just one of them had triple tracked herself. I can't tell the difference between each singer. I don't know if every song has been the same singer, or if they've been switching between. I can't tell a difference at the moment. Doesn't really matter at the moment anyway. I do hope to see them live at some point soon. But no, back to the main point. I really like that song, basically in every way. I did kind of predict a lot of the structure, but they did subvert my expectations a bit at the end, and I really liked that. But to be fair, there's nothing wrong with sticking to a predictable structure, because predictable structures are predictable because they're used a lot, and they're used a lot because they work. So that's not a bad thing. I think it is a bit bad if it's too repetitive, but given that they did subvert the expectations a bit at the end there, I'm not going to complain. Anyway, yeah, that was a beautiful song. I'm listening to that like 100,000 more times. That was absolutely amazing. Just keep the quality up. That song should have been the final song, to be fair. Right, keeping the quality up, keep it moving. 5 years on, again, they've released this one already. I don't think I remember it, but maybe I'll hear it and then remember it. I like this kind of gritty sound. It's kind of like country kind of sound. Maybe not like country, but like kind of, you know what I mean. I do remember, actually. I remember hearing this one. I love the kind of keyboard organ sounding thing. Yeah, I remember this one, actually. I remember loving it. I love this bit. Hopefully I will be. Read underneath it. Okay, yep, that was track number 8, 5 Years On, and yeah, I did recognise that from when they released it as a single, because as I said, they did release a few songs as a single, so I definitely heard that one before, and yeah, no, I really liked that one. I loved how the voices were harmonised throughout the entire song, pretty much. I'm not entirely sure what the song was about. I wasn't listening too much to the lyrics, I was listening a lot more the music. But no, I really liked that song. It was a bit less predictable in structure as well than some of the other songs have been. I think that's a good thing about this band. They do have a lot of songs that are predictable in structure, but then they do have those few that will subvert your expectations a bit, and the last two really have done that. I mean, out of 8 so far, I'd give this album like a solid 6 out of 8 songs being great songs. I really did like that last one. I really liked the one before it as well. But yeah, no, I love that song. Right, let's go to the next one, Unravelling. Oh. Okay. Why is this so good? Unraveling. This is cool. Unraveling, unraveling at the seams. Wow. I keep making comments in my head and shut up. I keep making comments in my head and forgetting to make them over the songs, and then I remember that I was gonna make a comment and I forgot, and it annoys me. Like one of the songs I remember, she tried to sing Loud and Rocky, and I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I quite enjoyed it. I forgot to say that. I can't remember which song it was. Anyway, on to the point. That was a really good song. Again, every time I make a complaint about it, they basically just slap me in the face with it. I was saying at the beginning, their songs had a bit too much bass muffle and not enough treble or mid-range, and I think with the song, I can't remember, on one of the songs they basically slapped me in the face and said, nope, you take that comment back, because they fixed that. It's like the album can hear me. And only a couple songs ago I was saying that the structure was really predictable. Well, the last 2-3 tracks have not really had that predictable of a structure. Like, quite a few of the tracks near the beginning, I felt like I could predict the structure really goddamn easily. But the last couple ones haven't had that issue. Same as some of the ones near the beginning, as I said, with the bass thing. After that, suddenly not an issue anymore. It's like the album's listening to me. It's really weird. But no, I really like that song. I like the kind of vocal harmonies. Again, I don't know if it is actually 3 singers or if it's just 2 singers or just 1 singer. I need to know the names of the band members. But, you know, and I think that was kind of catchy. I was able to learn, or at least guess the lyrics by the end, which was kind of cool. I'm not entirely sure what it was about. Again, I'm not paying enough attention to the lyrics, I don't think. Maybe I should be, because it seemed like it was an interesting subject. I just need to pay more attention. But I loved how there was like a cowbell and stuff as well. And yeah, no, I love that song. Yeah, easily. We haven't had many weak tracks on this album at all. I say 17 was a bit of a weak song, but everything after that has been absolute fire. Right, Sink or Swim. I can't swim, so I'm probably going to end up sinking. But let's see how good of a song this is. Ooh. Okay. It's gonna be an instrumental. It'd be cool with an instrumental, I reckon. So atmospheric, I like it. It's gonna go to something really rocky, isn't it? Oh? Kind of Killers vibes. I'm liking this. Is that a backwards thing? Are they playing like backwards guitars in the background? If they are, that's insanely amazing. Definitely some sort of strings or something. Go on, bassist, talk to me. We haven't had a bass break in this entire album, so it's good that we have one. Oh, I quite love the orchestration. Such a melodic guitar solo, I like it so much. This song sounds heroic. Oh, that's the name of the album. Fight or Flight. Took me too long to notice that. Wow, awesome. Yeah, great song. Do you know, I don't know why it was called Sink or Swim and not Fight or Flight. I feel like that would have been a better name for it, but I mean, it had that little section in the middle with the sink or swim, whatever they said, however they said it. And yeah, no, I really like that. There was definitely some like very subtle backwards guitars or something in the background, and of course if you know me, you'd know I love like backwards instruments in songs. I mean, one of my favourite songs of all time is Tomorrow Never Knows by the Beatles, and that's known for using crazy take loops, and I love that sort of music. And this is in no way that sort of music, but the use of like backwards guitars and stuff and little backwards loops and stuff in those little bits, even though they were very subtle in the mix, they were no short of amazing. I really love that song. It sounded so heroic. It sounded like it's part of a musical or a film soundtrack, and I'm finding that with a lot of the songs on this album and with the last album as well. But anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I was really worried after listening to track 1 and 2 and even 3 as well. I was a little worried this wasn't going to be as good as their first album, or that I'd have to compare them, but no, this is just as good as their first album. Again, I'll re-listen to it, but this is just as good. I'm not going to try and pick a favourite. Okay, track number 11, the penultimate track, Blame the Voices. I blame the voices for most of the things that happen in my life. Anyway, let's go. This reminds me of another song. It's so atmospheric, I love it.
Through your head and it's underneath your skin. Broken fragments from the beginning. Myself ain't never had a chance. I intoxicate your every dream. Now the pressure's growing. Now it's screaming from inside.
In there. I love the kind of James Bond-esque kind of strings in the background. Ooh, okay. Blame the voices. Blame the voices. Blame the voices, not on me, not on me. Guitar solo? No? Yeah, no? Oh, bridge section. Now gonna be guitar solo, isn't it? Yeah? There two. Something else going on in the left. I like how it's catchy enough for me to know it by this point. Not on me, not on me. That sounds like Despicable Me ending right there. Yeah, love that song as well. One thing I really liked was the chord progression, and also, again, the structure was unpredictable. I don't know why some... man. No, I really liked that song. The chord progression, the choice of instrumentation. During the guitar solo, it felt like there was a second guitar solo kind of ghosting a bit in the left channel. That was an interesting thing to listen, and their harmonies as well. They're brilliant vocalists. I know I've already said this, and again, it's an interesting lyrical topic as well. One thing I did really love with their first album was, first of all, their lyrics. Second, their singing. Thirdly, I remember they had an interesting sound. They sound generic, but at the same time they sound really unique, and that's why I really loved this band immediately, and why I instantly basically fell in love with this band. I thought, these are my new favourite, like, smaller group. I mean, how many monthly listeners they got on Spotify right now? It can't be too many, can it? Okay, 41,000, so that's... I'd still count that as a smaller band. They had that kind of uniqueness to them, and I'm seeing that as well. There's a bit of experimentation in there, and I really believe and hope, I strongly believe that they have the ability to be a massive revolutionary band, and I really hope they get to be. Anyway, on to the final track of the album. It's 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes long. Hopefully we end it on a good note. Good note. Hopefully we end it on a good note, Brave Rival. Let's do this. Or bluesy.
Why does it feel like I'm losing my mind?
Why does it?
Painting by numbers to fit your design.
Oh, is this about a toxic relationship?
Turning black and blue. Oh, my blood runs cold. Oh, my blood runs cold.
Still got 30 seconds. What's gonna happen? Oh. Okay, that was the 12th and final track of the album. I thought overall that was a very good album, just as good as their first one, possibly better, but I don't know, I'd have to re-listen to their first album to know for sure. But yeah, overall I really did enjoy that album. I thought it was a little iffy in the first couple tracks, but no, it came together like beautifully. It was an amazingly great album. I think maybe I would have changed the track order a little bit, maybe. I just feel like some tracks would have worked better in different places, because honestly after the first two tracks I wasn't overly, even after the first three I wasn't overly keen on listening to the rest of the album, but I wouldn't have been if I wasn't already a fan, and you know, I was a little worried that it wouldn't be as good as their first album. But no, yeah, after that, and even the first three tracks are good. It was a great album. I just think maybe the track listing could have been moved around just a little bit for some of the tracks. Because I also feel like the beginning, like, it gradually had less issues. Like, at the beginning I was saying repetitive song structure and a little muffly in the bass end, not enough middle treble. But all of that was fixed by the end. And it makes me think, did they just put this on the album in the order they recorded it, or the order they wrote it? Because I don't know, that's probably not the best way to do it. I don't know, that is all just my opinion. In regards to the very last track, I think there's a bit more I could have said. I really like the lyrics as well. It'd be ironic if I found out it was a cover or something, but I don't think it's a cover. If it is, just let me know. I'm under the impression these are all original songs. Yeah, last track was a great track and it deserves to be the final track. I'm just not sure about some of the other choices in track order, but in general I really loved it. It was a good, rocky, kind of uplifting, experimental album. I really did love their use of experimentation. I think, you know, the best bands, all the best bands shy away from the norms a little bit. You know, you got the Beatles and Queen, they were massive and experimental, and, you know, they're some of the best bands of all time. And this album had like a very kind of bluesy country feel sometimes, as well as like a modern pop feel. And, you know, I've said enough, great album. Every single track on this album will be going onto my liked music playlist, although to be fair that's not necessarily a compliment. It's quite common for me to add every track on an album, and I do have over 3,000 tracks on my Spotify liked music playlist, although I'm sure some of them are probably repeat tracks. But anyway, yeah, great album, and if any of you haven't listened to the album yet, I would highly recommend listening to this album, especially if you're into this type of music. I mean, just in general, I'd highly recommend it. And if anyone from the band is watching this, you know, I hope you've enjoyed my little reaction, and I hope you've listened to my commentary and liked my opinions. But no, I really did love this album. You guys did a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. I think I love your kind of experimentation and everything, and I'm really hoping that this band can have a big hit soon and then make an album that's a hit and be able to grow into this massive band. Because first of all, I would love to know I was a fan from the start of a massive worldwide successful band, and second, they deserve it. This band deserve it. I think they have. I don't know any other small band that are this good. I mean, I know the Lemon Twigs are a good band as well. I'd put them up there as one of my favourite smaller bands. But, you know, this band, Brave Rival, I'd highly recommend listening to them. Again, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. This is purely just me being a fan and doing my thing as a fan. But yeah, that's going to be the end of my little reaction / review / commentary, whatever the goddamn hell you want to call it. I hope you've all enjoyed it a little bit. I'm probably not going to do much, if any, reaction content again. I realised I hate doing it, especially with music. I hate talking over it. I hate talking over music, so I realised a lot of it was just me sitting there like this and probably editing some stupid text on screen. And you know, I'm just not that good at doing reaction content. I think I just sit there and I don't say anything half the time because I'm just trying to enjoy what I'm watching, and that's fine. I'm just not cut out for reaction content. But yeah, overall, just to recap, great album. Loved the experimentation, loved the vocals, loved the bass, loved the mixing, loved the instrumental choices, loved the structural choices. Only real complaints is a couple tracks, especially near the beginning, felt like needed to be mixed a bit differently. Only a little bit. I'm not too far. In general, the mixing was fine. It's just a few tracks, as I said earlier on, bit too much bass compared to the mid and treble. But that is just my subjective opinion, of course. And again, order of the tracks, I think I'd move a couple around to make the beginning a bit more enticing. Is enticing the right word? Yeah, make the beginning a bit more interesting, a bit more enticing. Maybe move a couple tracks around. But in general, no, great album. You guys did a great job. If anyone from the band are watching this, and I am hoping to see them live at some point within the next couple months. So hopefully that's going to happen. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and thank you all for watching. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I did mention at the beginning, but I'll tell you again. There are short films and stuff coming soon, although I am on holiday next week. I say next week, I'm on holiday from the 17th to the 24th, which is next week from when I'm saying, I mean technically tomorrow, and that following week. Okay, I've said enough, and I've done enough stupid little close-ups. Oh, I am also, my friend Joshua, me and Joshua filmed something with each other yesterday, so that should be out on his channel in not too long. I'm going to edit it for him. Yeah. Okay, bye. Have fun, you can go.